What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today we are going to show people who are new to the Street Fighter franchise how to execute certain moves, special moves that requires, a quarter circle motion or maybe a half circle motion, and people who don't understand that concept. I've tried to explain it to a friend before and they probably quite don't understand what I mean by a quarter circle motion, so I'm going to use this video as an opportunity to demonstrate what that means and show the hand motions. So just let me show you the character I'm using here, right? Ken, very basic. He's been around since the 80s, since the franchise has been around for all these years. And his special moves have something to do with Hadouken, Shoryuken, which is known as DP, and his Tatsu, right? They all use quarter circle motions, and it's very simple and easy to execute. So as you can see on my PlayStation controller, right? You can either use the D-pad, which I preferably use, or you can use analog stick, whichever is easy for you. So if you look at the controller, a full 360 would be like a full circle. So, from here all the way around in a circle would be what a full circle is, right? Now, if you cut that in half, you get what they call a half circle. So from back to forward, just like that. And if you cut that half again, which is 1/4, which is a quarter, you get a quarter circle motion, right? So when a person says, do the Hadouken motion, right? A lot of people who experience with the franchise know what that is. Quarter circle being down, diagonal, forward, facing your opponent. So as you can see, I'm on the left side of the screen with Ken, and my opponent's on the right side of the screen, and you have to do the motion facing him. So I'm going to demonstrate right here exactly what I mean by a quarter circle motion. So
Hadouken! 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 Hadouken!
And you can basically do that with any intensity, on the default controls, square being a light button, triangle being the medium, and R1 being the heavy attack. So for those who knew, you can't be sporadic with it. There's a certain timing you have to do. So you have to execute the motion on the controller first, then push the button shortly after. If you do it too slow, you may not get the result. That time I got it. The game gives you some leniency to get it correct, but through practice and execution, you'll gain muscle memory and it'll become easier and easier as time goes on. So again, I'll demonstrate one more time what a quarter circle motion is, and excuse the lightning in the background. It's raining where I'm at right now.
Hadouken! 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 Hadouken!
Now if I take the opponent and place him on the other side, now I have to accommodate for the direction that he's in. So now, as before, you've seen me doing down, diagonal, and forward when the opponent was on the right side of the screen. Now I have to flip it around because now he's on the left side. I'm on the right side of the screen, so you're gonna have to accommodate and switch it up as such.
Hadouken! 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 Hadouken!
And that's pretty much what a quarter circle motion is. Now his next special move would be the Tatsu. So I'm gonna go back on the default side, because when you're player one, you're typically on the left side of the screen. His Tatsu, another special move, would be down, diagonal, back, facing the opponent with a kick button, and you'll get the Tatsu. So as demonstrated here, that's the light version. I'm gonna show you the medium. He says more of the phrase and he travels a little further. Now here's the heavier version. Right, so that's the execution of quarter circle motions. Now once you're new, you may not get it at first, but like again, as I said earlier, through practice and muscle memory, you'll get it eventually. And the next motion will be what they call the DP motion, or dragon punches, or the correct name for the move is Shoryuken. You hit forward, and then you do the switch on my words. You hit forward, and then you do the Hadouken motion. So here's an example.
Hadouken!
That was an input error on my fault. Again, you hit forward, and then you do the Hadouken motion to get the dragon punch.
Shoryuken! Shoryuken! Shoryuken!
Now there's a small window of opportunity to do the motion and hit the punch button, and if you do it too slow, or if you do it too fast, or if you hit the commands out of sequence, meaning you hit the button first then do the motion, is not going to work. But as you practice more and more, this will become easy.
Not bad. Shoryuken! 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 Shoryuken!
So that's a quick demonstration of it. And one more thing too. So you see at the bottom I have all 3 meters. I know my body is like blocking the meter, but Ken has 3 meters, so I have access to the critical art, or some people call it the super. And basically it's for Ken, it's different per character, whatever button or normal button you press. But for Ken, it's a kick button. So if you want to execute his critical art, you're gonna have to do the same Hadouken motion, right? Down, diagonal forward, facing your opponent twice before you hit any kick button. So I'll give you an example. 1, 2, and then you get that off. All right, I'll show you one more time. Hadouken motion twice, followed by any kick button. And that's how you do quarter circle motion moves. Now let me move on to charge characters. So again, if you're new to this, is for people who's new to the Street Fighter franchise. If you already know this is not for you, but this is people who just kind of stepping in and don't really understand certain concepts or don't understand how to read command lists. So there's certain characters that are considered charge characters, such as, you know, Urien, Blanca, Chun-Li, I believe Bison. And to execute their special moves, you have to basically hold back for 2 seconds, forward, and usually a kick or punch depending on what move you're trying to input. So say for example where Urien, he has a shoulder charge and you have to hold back for 2 seconds, forward any kick button, and you get different results in different intensities depending on whether it's light, medium, or heavy. So check this out.
Be gone! How's this? Hit it! Be gone! How's this? Hit it!
That's simple as that. And then the game allows command override or overlapping inputs. So say for example, I don't have to hold back, because if you do hold back, right, he's gonna back up. But you may not want to back up. Maybe you want to stand close to the character, so you can hold down, back, and it's also considered as a back charge. Same exact rule apply. Hold down, back for 2 seconds, forward, and whatever button to get the desired special move. So input error on my behalf.
Be gone!
It's the light version.
How's this?
That's the medium. And just like that. So I'm showing the commands of my hand so you kind of get the timing for it, because again, if you kind of screw up, you mess up. And as I stated plenty of times before in this video, practice and practice, you get muscle memory, it'll flow and it'll come easier as you put more time into the game. So he has another special move where it's hold down and you push up. So those moves you can't move back and do a move that requires you to hold down and push up. So for this character here, he has a headbutt. So I'll demonstrate here. Holding down for 2 seconds. Input error on my behalf. Time and mess up. Move doesn't execute. And I did the heavy version just like that. So I can't walk back and get that move. It just simply won't work. So you have to hold down. Input error on my behalf. I mess up. Doesn't work. Just like that. That's the light version, and I'll show you the medium version. So that's just a quick demo of how to execute the moves. So when somebody says a charge character, that's what they're referring to. And with the quarter circle motions, those are usually DP characters or shotos, characters that require the dragon punch and the Hadouken motion. That's what, you know, referred to in the community. Anyway, if you found this video helpful, leave a like, drop a comment down below if you want to see similar videos. This is Jay Silva from Game Media Outlet. See you guys in the next video. Peace.